Thank you, Kishore. Wow, that is great shoes to fill. I'll just walk over to this side because I see that this side of the room has not had much love the whole morning. Good afternoon. I'm really excited to welcome you to the Health Expo of this year's APAC Summit. My name is Gladys, and I take care of the health vertical here at Plug and Play APAC Singapore. So for today's program, we will actually have a very short trends report sharing with you, followed by 8 exciting startups to come up over here and share with you what they're working on. So I think without further ado, let's begin. Okay, so this year when we were thinking about the topic for the trends report, we thought that nothing really would be more apt than the topic of aging well. I'll begin with these 3 words really on the screen. Aging well matters. If I had to convince you why aging well matters, it's really because, 20% of us will either be aged, super aged, or ultra aged by the year 2030. If that sounds far away, that is just 5 years from now. And of course we just want to live for longer, not suffer for longer. And thinking beyond ourselves, it's actually worthwhile to also be very cognizant that an increasingly aged, increasingly unwell population only adds to a growing conundrum of problems that is engulfing already overworked, understaffed, and very stressed system of healthcare workers. So the proposition is this: as our lifespans do increase, we should think about how to increase our health spans, and that is through innovations across the continuum of care. For those of us who are unfamiliar, this is a very simplified version of the continuum of care. It begins with prevention and wellness, leading into early detection and diagnosis, flowing into treatment and management, and ending off with rehab and recovery. And the point is this: innovations across this simple continuum of care can help us to live longer, healthier lives. Now, to think of it in terms of innovation categories, we want to be thinking of prevention and wellness methods, research solutions, health management solutions, as well as patient solutions. Fortunately for us, there are also a good number of corporates and startups that are already working in each of these verticals. Names like Dolbom Dreams, Activo Labs, My MedVault, Miracle Health, as well as Care Concierge. You might already be familiar with them. You might have met them earlier on. Or if not, they'll be coming on stage later on to share with you a bit more on what they're doing. But really, I think unpacking and going behind these startups, what's really more fascinating and more exciting to me is the technologies that drive them. Personally, for me, I'm really excited about digital twins as well as virtual healthcare assistants. I think these are the very technologies that will help you and I be able to receive personalized medicine, be able to age in the comforts of our own homes when we get there. Okay, I've rambled on for quite a bit. I've seen you take a lot of photos as though this is a lecture. So I'll come to the fun part now. I have 3 very simple messages, one for each of you. So the first one goes to the startups. Can I have a show of hands who here is a startup? Good. Okay. For startups, I think this graph must be all too familiar to you. We definitely saw a rise in funding in the years 2020 to 2021. These were years of great exuberance, easy funding, but that has definitely dropped a lot in the last 2 years. We did see some signs of recovery, about 8% in Q2 of this year, but certainly it's nothing like before. Now, but then if we were to unpack the global funding landscape a little bit and to look a little bit deeper into the health funding itself, we do see that put together, biotech and pharma as well as health tech funding combined, that's actually about 60 billion. And if we pay closer attention, we then see that actually investments in health is actually even larger than the top industry, which is fintech. So that's pretty good. And in terms of looking at the percentage change in the number of rounds as well as total cash raised, that for health is also actually a bit more resilient than the other industries. Now, but the down and uncertain funding landscape aside, what we want to focus on in 2024 is really partnerships. Now, in 2024, we're really seeing partnerships rise more than ever. In fact, in the first half of this year, we've seen about 1,420 partnerships being forged already. This has been largely driven by provider-led interest in AI ventures as well as startup partnerships. And we think that this year is really the best year you can seize to actually prove your clinical efficacy. So in summary, really good news for you startups. There is funding. In fact, $1 in $4 is going behind startups who are AI-oriented. But while funding is down, do look out for partnership opportunities. Join our accelerator programs like you have and really entrench yourself into the ecosystem. Now, the next one is for corporates, which I believe is more on this side of the room. Who of you have already worked with startups or is thinking about working with startups? 1 hand, 2 hands, 3 hands, 4 hands. Okay, actually, I think most of you are probably here because you're looking for startups or are interested in startups. So, well, let's begin with the good news for you. The good news is really that APAC itself, we're home to 600 AI-oriented tech startups. In Singapore itself, we are home to about 66% of health tech startups that's recorded this year. So I'm quite confident you can find one or a few that are right for your objectives. But of course, working with startups also come with its own suite of inherent challenges. Startups themselves face quite a suite of challenges from funding pressures, IP regulatory challenges, and naturally when you put a startup to work together with a corporate, you also have, POC management issues, difference in, priorities, that these simple misalignments can clearly stifle progress and innovation. So again, choose the right partner to work with. And with that, I do hope that if you're able to find the right partner, you'll be able to join the ranks of some of these great corporates. This is actually a really fun leaderboard of sorts that I've put together, ranking the top startups and top corporates in terms of partnerships. And well, though this was quite fun for me to put together, I wanted to take a pause to have you realize that you as corporates, you have more power than you think you have. So many of these corporates over here, you realize that they have been able to, through their partnerships with startups, been able to innovate beyond themselves, to be able to discover drugs faster, be able to expand access to healthcare by insurers, been able to offload clinical workload, and been able to even power some of these fantastic solutions that we're seeing being put out onto the market. And that is the same opportunity that you have as well. So truly good news, there is key advances in technology that I want you to take advantage of. There may be inherent challenges of working with startups, but Plug and Play is an experienced partner and we are right here for you. Okay, the last message goes to the general public, all of you who are too shy to raise your hands. I guess this is for you. So really, I think to summarize, looking at this room full of people, innovators, startups, investors, people like you yourself coming down to be interested in how the future looks like, I feel that the future is promising. With all these advancements in technology, I do feel that there is a good chance we can live longer and age better. But I'm also cognizant that this advancement in technology will not benefit all of us equally across the globe due to difference in access to healthcare, difference in standards of healthcare. So my message is to you is really to remain proactive and advocate for inclusive solutions from your providers, businesses, whenever you can. All right, and that brings me to my final thought for you to think over as you sleep tonight, and that is, how will you age well? All right, okay. If you would like to get involved, please feel free to reach out or speak to any of my colleagues. And I think this will bring us to the more exciting part right now, which is our startup pitches. So this year we have actually quite a range of startup pitches for you. They're ranging across they're coming from different geographies. They are ranging across preventive to wellness programs, preventive care to wellness programs. They're also ranging from human health to pet health. So, oops, is there the QR? Okay, later on there will be QR codes at the side, so feel free to scan them. As and when you think you're interested in these startups, you can scan them and there'll be a form linking you to a page where you can actually fill in the names of the startups that you're interested to speak to, and a member of our team will then link up with you and get you connected with the startups later on. Okay, so I think without further ado, let's bring up our first startup, Miracle Health. Miracle Health is working to improve the management of respiratory conditions with a unique respiratory device, the Whiz. So let's put our hands to welcome Rachel.
Thanks, Gladys. Hi, everyone. I'm Rachel, the founder of Miracle. Many of us take breathing for granted, huh? It's so effortless. But for 600 million people with chronic respiratory disease, it's a struggle to breathe and to get better. Do you know that 14% of children in the world have asthma and they're most vulnerable? Why? Inhalers are really difficult to use. Half of them are not able to deliver the much needed drugs in their lungs. Many are underusing their medication, and this leads to uncontrolled asthma, frequent exacerbation, twice the number of hospitalization, and 3 times higher treatment costs. This is reflected in the economic burden of asthma, which amounts to $80 billion in the US alone. And much of it is disproportionately attributed to those with uncontrolled asthma. So at Miracle, we solve this with the Whiz. It is a device that guides patients visually in real time, ensuring that medication is delivered deep into their lungs. It's similar to a speedometer in your car. It tells you when you're inhaling at the optimal rate and when you're not, so you can adjust accordingly. The Whiz has been proven through clinical trials to improve clinical outcomes. So in just 3 months, we have found that it reduced the reliance on rescue medication by 89% and improved asthma control in 58% of patients. These results are more compelling, considering that we recruited unresponsive patients, so those who had an asthma attack in the preceding 6 months. But more importantly, the Whiz helped to improve the quality of life of children and their parents. This is Lola, who has had asthma since she was 6 months old. But since using the Whiz and using the lights on the Whiz to guide her, her asthma has improved so much that she's taking up sports. And you can imagine that her mom is so happy with the improvement that she's seen, not only in her physical health, but in her mental health. But beyond that, the objective data that we track on symptoms and medication intake has boundless potential. It can help doctors track outcomes as well as evaluate, make better decisions for treatment plans. So it helps them to distinguish patients who qualify for step-up therapy, and thus preventing unnecessary progress to harmful and expensive therapy. So we are very honored to have clinical key opinion leaders that support that the effective treatment of asthma requires both technique and compliance. So join me as we help 600 million people breathe easy. If you'd like to find out more, we're in booth 38. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Rachel, for sharing about Miracle. Okay, and next up, we have a very energetic Jonathan to come up and share about Activo Labs, whose goal is to empower governments as well as enterprises to predict and prevent chronic diseases. Let's put our hands to welcome Jonathan.
Thank you, Gladys. Energetic. Okay, I've got to wake up now. Thanks everybody for being here. Very much appreciate your attendance and patience listening to all the great startups before you. My name is Jonathan. I'm the CRO at Activo Labs. And what I'd like to talk to you today about is our preventive digital health technology. Part of what you heard Gladys talk about around the aging populations across the world focused on two key definitions. One was lifespan and one was health span. Now, lifespan is how long we are living. And medicine's done a great job to extend that period. But we're living those extra years very often with disease. Health span is how well you live. And this is where we work. This is our space. Now, the cost of the increase in lifespan versus health span is enormous. It's a global problem. Some of the numbers up here, just to give you some sense of the scale we're talking about here, guys. But it's not just the economic cost of the people that bear that financial burden, families, governments, insurance companies, etc. It's also the emotional cost. Imagine a family member, a friend, relative who has a chronic condition. What if you could have found out earlier about that impending chronic condition and taken steps to stop that ever happening? This is where we operate. What we've created is a biometric marker, digital score, which looks at your motion throughout the day to give you a single number to show if you've had a good or a bad day for your long-term health. So we're helping people live longer, better lives. We do all of this automatically. It's a hands-free technology. We pull data from any mobile phone, any wearable, to give you that number, which is backed by science and research from biobanks across the world to our own medical data. We're in 22 countries. We are B2B to C company with over 1.5 million users at the moment. We are based here in Singapore. Here's some of our research partners that we work with. Major funders are the Mitsui Group in Japan. We are very strong in the insurance side, but we can really work with any organization, guys. What I'll do, I'll move over to a video now because it seems to be very much a plug and play initiative to do videos, and leave you with one of our customers who's a billion-dollar FMCG company who's using that health narrative to improve their sales and their discussions with their customers.
What do you see when you look in the mirror? The thousands of steps you take? Do you see the fiber you've been eating? Or the hours you managed to sleep? Do you see the struggles, the strength? What do you see when you look in the mirror? I see healthy.
NutriPlus Score, a singular health metric designed by experts, tracks our activity and sleep using just a smartphone. Download the app. NutriPlus by Britannia NutriChoice. Score your health.
Wow, okay, all right. I hope everyone enjoyed that little demo. Thank you, Jonathan. Okay, and next up we have MyMedVault, who is working on a patient-centric healthcare platform that empowers individuals to securely manage and share their medical data with their chosen healthcare providers. So let's welcome Mark on stage.
Thank you, Gladys. Hi everyone, my name's Mark from MyMedVault. We're located at booth 28 and the team is out there, so if you're interested in learning more about what we do, you can come out and see us there. So we're a patient-centric cloud healthcare platform. We're all about the patient. It's all about your health, your data, and your insights. To give you an introduction, it's a health passport that aims to help chronic patients take care of their medical records for an improved health outcome. So take, for example, a grandmother in Australia. She has a strong Scottish accent. She has trouble communicating with her doctors and sharing her information. She has a huge amount of paperwork when it comes to her medication and her treatment plans. Trying to share this information with a doctor is a very stressful situation for her. And you can imagine the pressure on the doctor as well, trying to take all this information in. There's no way the doctor could possibly read all that medical information. In comes the problem that MyMedVault sees. We identify that the data is fragmented, it's unstructured, whether it's paper records or digital records, and trying to share that information, as I just pointed out, is very difficult with a doctor to gain insights. Our solution is simple. We have 3 different aspects here around my data collection, which is access to all your wearables. You upload all your wearables. You can use voice to text, so you can input your weight, your glucose levels, whatever it might be, through voice to text, making it very simple for your parents and grandparents. And lastly, the big USP for us will be about getting integration with governments, hospitals, GPs, physios, dentists, and so forth. We want to be able to share this information with the doctor during a consult, so that's where the MyShare comes in. It's a simple, no registration requirement from the doctor. They can log onto a platform and see all your health information for a short period of time during that consult. And lastly, once they've logged in, they can see the personal health assistant there, and they can interact with that, much like what you do now with ChatGPT. You ask a simple question, you get a simple answer, and if there's anything more behind that, you can continue to ask more in-depth questions. We recognise that security is really important, so one of the most important things we have is about making sure our platform is compliant in all regions, and we're building that by design. So from the day one when we start building, it'll be secure from the beginning. In Singapore, 40% of people suffer from some sort of chronic illness, which is a huge population of people that could have better health outcomes. We conducted a market research recently, and we found that 80% of the people wanted to have their health data when they travelled overseas, both for themselves and their children and their parents. We also identified that only 15% of people were actively using the apps that are available through My Health Hub, the NUHS apps and so forth. So they're all underutilised. Obviously, we can see there's a huge market in this area for it in the digital space. Our key target users are chronic pain, chronic disease type people, and obviously people that are looking to travel as well with no other changes to our platform. There's quite a few competitors in the area, and our integration USP is about global integration, making records easy and accessible, even your grandmother could use it. We've got early traction in regards to partners, and we're working forward, and we're developing our platform now, which should be out in the next 2 months. And our business model is a free plan, which will be out in about 2 months, and the professional plan and enterprise plan, which we hope to have out in about 6 months' time. We have a strong team at the moment with a lot of background in the health space and technology space. And we have an ask of $500K to kick us off because we're currently bootstrapped, with collaboration in healthcare industry, experts, and anyone else that wants to talk to us. That's it. Thank you very much. See you at booth 28.
All right, thank you so much, Mark. Okay, and the next startup that we will have here with us, we have Cube, who provides AI-based design and manufacturing services remotely to dental clinics and dental labs. Let's put our hands together to welcome Sumin.
Thank you. Hi. So we're from Cube, and we offer a digital dentistry solution. So I don't know if you've been to the dentist before, but I've had some cavities, and when I went to the dentist, they made me go to the appointment about like 3 or 7 times. And that's because they were using an old and painful way of creating prosthesis. You know how Koreans are, we are people of ASAP. We can't do that. We need it in a day. So what we're gonna do is that, first of all, the clinic's gonna scan the teeth with an oral scanner, and then they're gonna send that to us, where we create a design in a day with an AI CAD. And then we're going to remotely send that to a printer inside the clinic. And then the patient will be having their treatment in a few hours. So the global dental market is at a size of $41.65 billion US. So with our product, we can create a temporary prosthesis in 15 minutes and a zirconia final prosthesis in 2 hours. This is opposed to the few days that is needed with the old way. So currently, we are offering a flexible subscription according to what the clinic needs. If they need additional devices, we are offering promotions. So some of our competitors offer CADs and others cloud solutions, but we're the one who's doing the whole process. So we're first targeting Seoul because that is where 25% of the dentists are in Korea. And we're also targeting USA, and we have a couple of clinics and dental labs we're talking to. Next is the Southeast Asia, especially Singapore, where there are tourists who need fast treatment and have interest in digital healthcare. This is our team, who's our experts in dental technology and AI. We also have a strong advisory board who are lead professors in this area. We're currently at Series A, and we're asking for funding to get more people into marketing and purchase equipment. So I hope we have sparked an interest in you. If you're interested, we're at booth 34. Thank you.
Thank you, Sumin. All right, next up, we have Care Concierge. This is a leading senior care specialist offering both at-home as well as facility-based care. Let's put our hands together to welcome Sharifa.
Thank you. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sharifa from Care Concierge. So Care Concierge, our vision and mission is to help families navigate the complexities of finding the right senior living solutions for the seniors and their loved ones. Since our founding in 2018, we have built a team of over 2,500 caregivers, established 8 facilities, and achieved an 81 client satisfaction rate. This year, we expect to deliver 2.6 million caregiving hours. Over the years, we have received several awards. The most recent awards that we received are winning the Facility of the Year for Commune Care in Singapore during the World Aging Festival this year. Okay, we know that the silver tsunami is hitting Southeast Asia. So in Malaysia, seniors population is expected to reach 7.1 million, making up a total of 17% of the total population. While in Singapore, we expect to reach 2.1 million or 34% of the total population. This urgent need for elder care further highlighted by the projected, highlighted by the projected elderly care market size that is expected to grow 92 billion USD by 2026. These are our verticals. We provide home care, assisted living facilities, training academy, and digital solutions. One Care ecosystem is our digital platform. So we leverage on AI-powered health assessment. We provide predictive analytics using machine learning, and we have virtual companions. All of this, we aim to establish a transformative digital care trust fund. Why we are looking at cross-border partnership? First is because 1 out of 4 Singaporeans will be aged 65 and above by 2030. Malaysia offers an affordable care that is 30 to 50% cheaper with high quality care, and we have close geographic ties and cultural familiarity. Some of our business expansion plans include building for the sustainable growth through our digital platform and building for the silver economy through our campus model that is expected to fill up 1,000 beds. Today, we are on the lookout for strategic partners in healthcare, aged care, tech, real estate, and property developers. Thank you for your time, and come and swing by booth 33 for us to connect.
All right, thank you, Sharifa. Now, the next one that we have is Beyond Medicine. Now, Beyond Medicine is developing the world's first digital therapy for, give me a second, temporomandibular joint disorder. So let's put our hands together to welcome Dae Hyun.
Sorry. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I would like to start with a question. Can you try opening your mouth like this? Okay, when doing that, did you hear a click sound from your jaw? If you had, I have good news and the bad news. The bad news is that you might be suffering from TMD. That's short for temporomandibular joint disorders. And the good news is that I have a solution. It's called Clickless, and it's a mobile app. I am Daeyeon Kim, the maker of Clickless and the founder of Beyond Medicine, a company that goes beyond traditional ways of doing medicine. TMDs affect 4% of the global population annually. They are often caused by poor lifestyle habits and emotional stress. If left untreated, TMDs can lead to serious complications such as facial asymmetry and depression. Traditional treatment focus solely on pain relief, which results in a high recurrence rate. Cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, has been proven to reduce both symptoms and recurrence, but it has not been effectively integrated into clinical practice until now. So we've developed a digital therapeutic solution that combines CBT and rehabilitation therapy in one platform. Patients engage in a 6-week treatment program spending just 5 or 10 minutes per day. In 2022, we conducted an exploratory clinical study where more than 90% of the participants experienced significant improvement. These results were published in the Journal of Dentistry, marking the first SCI publication on this topic. The business model for Clickless is B2B2C, which means patients can use it only after getting doctor's prescription at the hospital. Re-prescriptions are also available depending on the result of the treatment. Clickless can potentially generate revenue of over 100 million US dollars annually in Korea alone. With over 20,000 dental clinics in Korea, the market for rapid expansion is significant. I am the CEO and the dentist, and our team consists of 3 founding members, all professors at College of Dentistry, as well as engineers, developers, and more. Clickless is just the first step in our journey to becoming a global leader in healthcare innovation. We are looking for investment and clinical research partner to advance into global business. Try opening your mouth again, and if you hear a click sound, please come and see me. Thank you.
Thank you, Daehyun. This is the first time I see so many mouths open in the audience. Okay. Next up, we have Dolvom Dream, a mental health care startup that collects data with wearables and provides healthcare guides. Now, let's please welcome Gyu-hwan.
Thank you for introducing. Oh, hello, I'm Klaus, the CEO of Dolvom Dream. We are making integrated life flow control system for the elderly. You know, the elderly population is increasing, but their care still depends on the human resource. In particular, it is difficult for one single manager to oversee many individuals, so to respond to emergency in real time. That's why we believe that daily health monitoring is essential. There's some device to collecting biometric data, such as a smartwatch or CCTV, but it has a problem like some inconvenient or some privacy concern. So using rate in the elderly market is very low. To address this challenge, we developed an easy-to-use, remotely controllable device. And we can provide a variety of health insights through the algorithm that collected biometric data. This is what we call Clomental. Clomental have 3 functions. First, Clomental enable multi-monitoring and emergency alerts, allowing caregiver to emergency service and provide 24-hour response. And second, Clomental can accurately, conveniently collect the biometric data in real time, including those data. At last, Clomentar offers a variety of emotion-related services, such as hug feeling and the mental report. Not only just formats are best, I'm wearing it, yeah, but also we can adopt any product what they are using before. And we are focusing on the global biosensor market, which value as $30 billion US. And now we are focused on the Korea and the Asia market. And actually, our BCG device is the embedded AI device, so they can judge and delete the noise themselves. Also, we're developing those functions to detect many diseases, and just only wearing this vest, we can collect those diseases. Recognized for our potential on the global market, we received the B Corp certification, CES Innovation Awards, and the Edison Awards. This is the roadmap I mentioned before. We're starting at the 2020 with the air inflatable vest to give a psychological stability to the autism, and we expanded to the senior market. Now we are planning to further expansion, including medical device and targeting other market. This is our team. We are the best team to develop and realize this business model. We are finding some business partner to enter the Asia market. So if you're interested in our product and business, please come to booth number 37. Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you, Gyu-hwan. Now, last but certainly not the least, we will have Zentry. Zentry provides healthcare services through wearable vital sign monitoring device for pets globally. Let's put our hands together to welcome Alan.
Hi everyone, my name is Alan Chang. We are Zentry. We are revolutionizing the pet patient monitoring industry with our own sensor technology. So pets are our family. However, just like us, when they get older, they have some kind of heart issues. So normally 60% of dogs and 20% of the cats, they have some kind of heart issues after 9 years. But there has been no solutions to monitor them accurately. And the finding the right sensors was the bottleneck because they have furs and they have no sweat glands. So after years of R&D, we developed a wearable device called Durital. This detects heart rate and breathing rate at an accuracy over 95%. We created 2 applications, one for pet owners and one for veterinarians to share the data simultaneously. We are targeting on the market for the senior dogs and cats with heart disease. And we are looking to acquire 2.5% of our target market in the year of 2028. So by using our solution, we can reduce the medical cost from $500 monthly to $150. And what's the benefits for the vets? They can increase the patient's lifespan and eventually increase the number of visitations. So our business model will be selling the product first, and we have another types of generating revenue, which is providing data to the pet healthcare industry. So based on our traction so far, we are looking to achieve $75 million in 3 years. We completed the POC, and we are looking to go abroad. Now we are looking for aggressively for the global partners and distributors. We also have products for the B2B solutions, which is pet patient monitoring solution, which is wireless. And up until now, we have gathered enough data for analyzing the AI solutions. We have plans for the sustainable growth. We'll expand our product lines for the pet health monitoring, and eventually we are looking to expand to human space as well. We have experienced management team with powerful engineers, and also we are supported by the key players in the industry and the foreign distributors. So we are Gentry. We are now raising funds for pre-A. We use it for marketing and R&D. And yeah, we are bringing happiness to pets and pet owners and veterinarians. Thank you for listening.
All right, thank you, Alan. And I think with that, that also concludes our Health Expo for this year. Let's give another round of applause to all of our startups who prepared really hard to be here in front of you today. Okay, and if you would like to be in touch with any of the startups, feel free to scan the QR code at the back of your text. That will also lead you to the same form where you can connect with the startups after the summit even. Okay, and with that, I will hand the stage over to Prateek.